Hello. Today I'm going to talk about how I'm going to foster personal and social development in my local community using PSYTOOL on youth lacrosse. So first, why is personal and social development so important? Personal and social development are so important because they create a support network between players on the team. It reduces conflict and stress between players, and it helps teach social skills which are useful both inside and outside of sport, also improving team play. So personal and social development are useful on the team level, but I would argue even more useful in the real world and useful for the rest of the lives of the players. And this is important to implement among middle schoolers aged 12 to about 15, because that's a formative time for your social development, and it is very important for kids in our community to learn to be social and participate in the community, and this will foster a better community in general, not even just in sport, but in the community itself. So there are 5 levels plus a ground level in the PSYTOOL presentation on this topic. So level 0 is when a person or player is egocentric, displays a lack of self-control, and this person's a non-team player. So this is pretty much the baseline. Some people will be above the baseline without any training, just naturally, but we can't ignore the people who fall into this level 0 category, because the weakest link of the team is just that, a weak link. So for level 1, this player respects the rights and the feelings of others, shows self-control, and peaceful conflict solving. At this level, you start to see more cohesion on the team, and this is where it really starts to improve people's general feelings about being part of a team and part of a community. Level 2 has to do with effort and cooperation. This includes getting along, being a self-starter, and trying new tasks. This is almost a consequence of level 1, and this level, once it's really implemented, you start to see a real community form. Level 3, self-direction, again somewhat related to level 2. This has to do with being on task, setting and sticking to personal goals, and resisting peer pressure. These are all really important skills that will help these middle schoolers with their school, their sports, and during the rest of their life. Being able to resist peer pressure is very important, and being on task and setting and sticking to personal goals are applicable to most of their life and also on school. So these kids doing better in school will help them in all facets of their life. Level 4 is helping others and leadership. So this is showing caring and sensitivity and concern for others in the team. This is something that can really help people want to be a part of a team, because this is a crucial part of having a support network in your team. Level 5 is taking responsibility outside. This is integrating responsibility values into other areas of life, being role models. This is really where you start to see the overarching effects of this fostering of these social skills. The community really starts to improve when you have responsibility values in a whole team. And when this team is all role models, then younger kids can look up to them and will want to join this program once they get old enough. Implementation. So this is one of the harder parts, is to implement this program. So some of the things that you want to do to help the kids progress through the levels are set clear expectations. You want to provide opportunities for success. You want to foster social interaction not controlled by the coaches. It's very important that it's not controlled by the coaches, because if these kids are only interacting socially and positively when it's being forced on them, then it's really no help at all, because you can't hover over these children for throughout the whole day and throughout the rest of their lives and create the community as a bunch of coaches. It really needs to come from the players themselves. Assigning management tasks really helps give a sense of responsibility to the players, and so promoting leadership and sharing responsibility takes that responsibility and relates it to being part of the team. And fostering leadership skills among the children is also very important, because leaders are an important staple of every community. Allowing athletes to engage in self and peer assessment, this helps a lot with setting goals, and it helps having a healthy relationship with challenge and lets the players improve upon their abilities. Directly addressing life skills and application outside the program. So this is also very, very important to creating the community, because we want these players to apply what they've learned through this PSYTOOL program to the rest of their lives, and becoming a functioning and important part of a community is much better than just being a good part of a team. So these kids' lives will improve if we can make sure that the application of the skills that they learn happens outside of the program as well. Here are some logistics for my plan for the local lacrosse team. So the objective is personal and social development for middle schoolers, as I was going over before. I envision a lacrosse league, both boys and girls, obviously not co-ed, because there's different gear and different rules for boys and girls lacrosse, but having both mingle is also very important, so I would like to have that as well. We would instruct the coaches to implement these PSYTOOL strategies, like setting expectations. This is kind of a ongoing process, so in the beginning the coach would organize more aspects of the training and clearly communicate directions and expectations to the athletes. They want to really provide opportunities for success for these athletes. Make sure that no athletes are excluded or unable to successfully participate due to individual differences. This wraps around to what I was talking about with some players may be level 0, some players may be level 1 starting out, but you want to make sure that all of these kids are brought up through the levels together and none of them are left behind, because then they may be excluded from the team. So we want to foster social interaction, create structures that allow the athletes to have interactions with one another that, again, aren't controlled by the coach. Give the kids management tasks, help them see what goes into the team other than just pure practicing. Give them some idea of the logistics behind it. Those are good life skills. And then we want to promote leadership, share some instructional responsibilities, and do that with all of the players, not just some that are naturally good at it. We want to give choices and voices, which is creating opportunities for athletes to voice their opinions and offer suggestions, make important decisions, and create opportunities for these athletes to be involved in assessment. So for the funding for this, I would like to seek support from local businesses and hold events and tournaments to encourage donations. I think that once this program gets going and some of the players that graduate from this program go on to great things, that they will want to give back to this program, and so then you can have a bit of a cycle of funding funding this program that helps promote the community, and then the community itself will fund the program. Thank you.